Another unique token here produced by Behold the Unspeakable, one of those gorgeous saga cards from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And as always, the first thing you need to do when we look at these sagas is look at the absolutely gorgeous artwork on them. So I'll come back to the artwork. That is the Lady Azuma summoning the Unspeakable, one of the kami spirits that plagued the Kamigawa plane. And I'll talk about the artist and why this might look familiar to you if you've been playing the game for a while. So 3 chapters. Chapter 1, opposing creatures get -2, who cares? Chapter 2, either draw some cards or fetch some cards. So that's a bit odd, isn't it? You either draw cards or fetch cards. But chapter 3 is the one we're interested in. We're going to create a vision of the Unspeakable token and find out a bit more about that. Let's get the saga into play, and we can talk a little bit about what's going on here. So I've got the support in my hand, and we should get that straight into play. There it is. So chapter 1 works. That's fine. We're not really testing that the support works. We just want to get a look at the token and check that the token works. And the token does some stuff, by the way. So we'll have a look at that. Yeah, what is the Unspeakable? So the Kamigawa plane has the kami spirits, and probably, you all know the Kami War card is probably the best card from that whole set. Wasn't a brilliant set, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, but the Kami War was a card we all loved and hated in equal measure, but all used. Here we go. Here's our vision of the Unspeakable token. And this does some stuff, so we will note this. But there it is. It's uncommon. It has trample and flying, and it's 1/1 to start with anyway. It's blue and has the creature type enchantment spirit. And then it has the text, at the beginning of combat on your turn, this creature gets +X/+X until the beginning of your next turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. So we'll see that happening. This is actually the kami of forbidden knowledge, also known as the Unspeakable. So this is the vision of the Unspeakable being summoned from the plane. And I think this artwork is absolutely lovely, but strangely familiar. This is by Jen Ravenna-Tran, who's done 35 cards in Magic the Gathering. A number of them have made their way across from into Puzzle Quest, including the Eldest Reborn. Does that look familiar? That's actually Nicol Bolas being summoned there. So she's used a very familiar style there, the kind of swirling water. But I forgive, because I think this is an absolutely beautiful piece of art. I really, really like this style. I'd like to see more of this kind of style in Magic Puzzle Quest, and perhaps a bit less of the cartoony stuff. But we need to see this in action. So at the beginning of combat on our turn, are we just going to pin these down? Yeah, let's have 6 cards in hand. So it should get +6/+6. So what we want to see is at the beginning of combat, need to actually make a swap, get things going. It should become 7/7, and it does. There we go. So the vision of the Unspeakable token works just nice, and I think is one of the better tokens to look at that we've come across so far.